we already know some of the news. High heat throughout the Northeast. We did have some hindrance to the 4th of July fireworks activities, and the parade in Washington, I believe, was canceled with the 4th of July canceled due to high heat this year. But we did have some speeches. We did have Donald Trump talking about you can be a Marxist or you could be a patriot, but you can't be both. So interesting words from our leader, Donald Trump, starting off the market stretch with the yoga of investments. Today, we're going to take a look at the three major indexes and some stories circulating in the markets around that. First, we're going to look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Next, we'll be taking a look at the S&P 500. Finally, we'll look at the Nasdaq 100, and then we'll talk about a few stories that are making things happen. All right, on a final footnote regarding the 4th of July, our holiday, if you haven't checked out those fireworks in Vegas, check them out. They're incredible. They're amazing, and we'll show you a couple of clips from it right here. Along with the story of the day, the Dow Jones over the Friday, it closed up about 1.14%. Over the 5-day, it was actually up 2.12%. The S&P 500 over the 1 day, it was pretty much flat. Over the 5 days, it was up about 2.33%. So a strong week for the S&P 500. And for the Nasdaq, actually down 1.61% for the 1 day. On the 5-day, up about 1%, significantly underperforming the other two indexes. One of the things that hit the news was there was a price fixing, which led to about a 700% increase in the cost of microchips that was uncovered recently. And some of the big names, Samsung, Micron, and SK Hynix, were accused of spiking memory chip prices up by up to 700%. So let's take a look. That was uncovered recently. Let's see how that performance of the Dow and the S&P compared to the Nasdaq 100, which is a little bit more chip heavy. All right, in the 1 month, the Dow Jones did an amazing 4%. S&P did 1.35%, significantly less. I guess they had more impact by the chips than the Dow did. And in the Nasdaq 100 over the 1 month, only 1.28%. Okay, so all the indexes were positive during this time. For the 1 year, the Dow Jones did an amazing 19.13%. The S&P 500 did an amazing 20.12%. Those two almost doing equal, but oftentimes we see a difference about 1.5 times the Dow. But for this particular year, they're coming in at about a tie. For the NASDAQ 100 in the 1 year, an incredible, amazing celebration, 29.29%. Would you believe it? At 8%, that's about almost 4 years worth of growth. Could it get any better? Well, this year, one of the stories that's come out is small cap that has actually come out ahead, beating in the 1 year all the other indexes we just looked at an amazing 31.44%. So does that mean you should rush out and start investing in small caps? Well, maybe, but a word of caution to the wise. Over the last 5 years, it's only had 31.06%. And as you can see in this line here, it's been up and down and rocky all around. At that 1400, you were still at 1400 even in August 15th. 2025. So for about 4 years, we saw a whole lot of nothing. But in the last year, it has been jumping up. Where compared to the other indexes, for the most part, we've seen much more uniform and consistent growth, with the NASDAQ 100 reaching almost 100% in 5 years compared to just the 31% the S&P 600 did in the last 5 years. However, if that piques your curiosity, I hope it did. That's part of what we're here for, is to try to learn and understand a little bit each week, a little bit more about the markets. stocks. All right. So there was a major chip stock starting Wednesday. Micron, Western Digital, and other companies falling down. The only company that seemed to surprisingly pick up was Meta. Meta stock was up about 8.8%, as many of the other technology stocks were down about 10%. Okay. Meta pops up at 9% as the cloud pushed to sell XAI computing power capacity. So a lot of companies nowadays, we've seen it with Dell, we've seen it with Meta. One of the ones that started was Amazon. A lot of companies are now making money in the AI computing power space where they're creating places for AI to be able to rent their computer power and sell it to the different companies and ultimately the public that wants to purchase that. All right. Well, on that note, I'll leave you with a few notes from a song that I recently wrote, and I hope you enjoy this week's music update to celebrate 250 years of the greatest ride on planet Earth that we've ever seen. Hope you enjoy it. Be well. God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful week going forward into the week of after the 4th of July celebrations. Take care, my friends. All the best to you. Bye-bye.
America, America, America. This song's just about the headlines, so don't go worrying about your next deadline. Let's take a day off to celebrate our fellowship and our love for each other. This song's about you and me too. Happy 4th of July to you. Happy birthday, America. Happy Independence Day. Happy birthday, America. 250 years of the best damn ride in history. Happy 1.5 years old Gulf of America. Try not to laugh as we call our good old friend by a brand new name. Happy 1 year to the Department of War, saying hello to all the friend who love to chant death to America. We'll be seeing you again and again real soon. So maybe you just decide to change your tune. Now I'm not telling you to be right, nor am I saying I'm gonna turn left. Whether you're a Democrat or an elephant, the stock market's been a crazy long market run, and it's been up and up for 17 crazy long years. We both have to agree this bull run has been amazing. America, America, America. Now just take a step back and look where you're at. Mr. Reeves may not really be John Wick, even though he said he's thinking he's back. And Donald Trump said the same thing about America. America, I love you. Democracy, we love you. Capitalism is still the best out of every broken system we have. In an imperfect world, sometimes love is all we got. And for this, from me to you, I love you.
Follow, message us, or scan the QR code on the screen to learn more.